Ooh, confirmation. Alright, what's going on? My name is the Empress, aka the Fly Goddess. Let's see what's going on in your energy. God is showing everybody, God is showing you the hand that everybody, alright, when it came to you. Alright, so God is, your ancestors are definitely with you. Alright, spirits are making themselves known when it comes to you. They're letting you know that they are around. Heavy presence. Alright, and I see job opportunity in another state, relocation. Alright, so you could be flying or moving somewhere else. Spirit is relocating you. Determined to get you back, alright? Giving in. Somebody want to give in on the situation. Somebody wants to give in. Let's see. Okay, somebody made it just in time. Alright, you could have like, I don't know, disregarded this person. You are easy to find, alright. Wherever this place is, you think got a call from officials? Alright, so I just feel like you're getting ready to relocate when it comes to a job. Alright, you are easy to find. Then I got government. Alright, so government job is significant. A vacate turning into forever. You are accurate and people are getting mad. Your energy is new now. This is the energy now. Alright, something about what you're saying. Alright, what you're speaking on. Somebody see that you don't do spell work because somebody's trying to do something when it comes to you. Right? Somebody's trying to see how the fuck you did it. Okay, alright, I see it now. Somebody felt like you was doing spell work, but they see that you aren't, because if you was doing spell work, you would be fucked up like they are. Alright, somebody is providing a home and a car. Rehabilitation center, something about a rehab. Alright, something about a rehab. Somebody have to go to rehab. A man, woman. Somebody getting ready to go to rehab. Damn, I can't even talk. A rehabilitation center. Alright, spirit say roll up Bentley. Alright, getting ready to go somewhere. Somebody hates your confidence. Oh well. Alright, let's see. Somebody knows that it's over for them, and they know that somebody knows that something's next when it comes to them. Alright, they know it's over for them and they know it's next. They know they are next. Alright, so something could have collapsed. Alright, they are doomed. It is a lot of motherfucking people. Like, it's a whole bunch of people just tweaking out right now, baby. About little old you. Alright, Spirit say start packing. Alright, you could be flying somewhere. Alright, so Spirit wants you to start throwing shit away. Start throwing shit away. Spirit gonna take you on a journey. Somebody coughing up blood. I'm telling you, somebody risky. Somebody coughing up blood. Karma. Alright, somebody doing everything to get you back. Alright, you have completely stepped into your power. Alright, they can't do shit. Okay, because somebody was never expecting. It's almost like when you went to the water, that was a power up. That was a major power up. Nobody's expecting you to do this. Nobody's expecting you to, don't nobody know when you having conversations with spirit. They don't know how tapped in you is. Alright, letting go. Somebody letting go to be with you. Alright, somebody has cancer. Somebody could be dealing with cancer. Alright, they are doomed. They are doomed. Somebody who was coming for you. A mother dying. Alright, this person feels like they are doomed because they mama dying. Alright, this could be a masculine baby mama. Countryside home, plantation home. Somebody mama died and you fucking moving. Alright, a masculine is in disbelief. You know everything. Alright, so you could have said something. Alright. You're being rewarded something real big. Somebody has cancer. A masculine is in sorrow because he got cancer. Your father paid for spell work. Alright, giving you a gift, trying to win you over. Alright, mountains is significant. Alright, you got a manifestation that's coming tomorrow. Alright, things are, they are thinking of ways to make something up to you. Alright. Somebody was doing sleep spells on somebody. Alright, they wanted somebody to not be woke. Alright. Getting karma for having your name in their mouth. Alright, so somebody's getting karma for speaking on your fucking name. Alright, moving somewhere else. Alright, then you got a huge opportunity. Alright, so you got a huge opportunity. Alright, you got a huge opportunity coming. Alright, a woman, you. Alright, you guys, I am live on TikTok and YouTube, and this is a personal read. Alright, catching a flight. Alright, you may be catching a flight somewhere, quantum leap. Alright, so I know I've been seeing a lot of people saying that, you know, they feel like time is going back, like right before COVID type shit, right? And, catching a flight and flying out, you definitely flying somewhere. But I feel like some people are going back, right? Why would you want to go back to right before COVID? Anywho, that's besides the point. You're moving forward, and I feel like you're moving forward like 5 years. So where you thought you was behind, you really aren't. But yet everybody else is being set back. You're right on time is what I'm hearing. Your life is a vacation. You were born to travel the world. Somebody sees that you wasn't lying about something. It could have been something that you could have told somebody. Alright, and somebody like, damn, she told the truth. Somebody coughing up blood. Government helping you because they know they can't fuck with you. Alright, your family can't fuck with you neither. Damn. Nobody can fuck with you. Alright, because you follow God. And they can't fuck with God. Alright, all the truths that were needed to move forward are out. Alright, somebody almost got left, or somebody's finding out something at the right time. Surprise outing is here. Alright, somebody being taken off of life support and pronounced dead. Alright, in the hospital. Damn. Spirit ain't playing about your ass. Alright, you help the authorities solve the case. A group of women. Alright, a group of women could be unexpectedly donating to you. Alright, a doctor is being caught for lying on paperwork. Somebody could have lied about your mental state. Alright, beyond your imagination, you're getting ready to get blessed. Alright, you're almost to where you can rest or you ain't gotta do shit. Alright, everyone looking crazy now because the lies are out. Alright, there's a house near water, like on a field, like in a field. A lot of, like a pasture. Alright, somebody sees the hate that they have for you. All right, big insurance fraud. All right, big insurance fraud, your family. All right, they know that you are special. Somebody knows that you are special and they don't want to lose you. All right, you're getting ready to be rewarded something big. You earned it. All right, you have to fly wherever this home is, public access. All right, I don't know this is what it said. Something about your life becoming a vacay. So somebody want to make up with you. All right, somebody cancer came back. You got people watching, studying you. But you got fast communication coming in. All right, somebody couldn't keep you hidden. All right, so they couldn't do shit to you. This shit crazy. All right, if anybody is wanting any reads, all right, donation reads are available as well. I'm still going, love. Donation readings are available. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to send in. All right, get you a read. All right, Earth symbol. I said Earth symbol. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's significant. All right, pets is here. Love spells. Somebody could be doing spells on pets. All right, animal sacrifices. Somebody doing an animal sacrifice. Trying to get their fucking way. All right, somebody who's in the way. Somebody trying to do womb spells. All right, somebody trying to do womb spells. Confession. Moving on. Somebody's moving on for somebody. Somebody is pregnant by someone else. They don't know who the baby daddy is. All right, patience is here. Somebody's in a situation. Somebody found out. Somebody don't know who their baby daddy is. All right, vacation is here. Shit. There's a masculine finding out that some kids not his. In the distant future, honeymoon is here. Somebody is breaking away from a honeymoon situation. Yeah, let go, narcissist. Yeah, spirit is asking you to open your heart. All right, again, somebody doing some sort of spell work on a pet. Or somebody's doing some sort of spell work to make somebody be their pet. All right, they want a commitment from this person. All right, and they're not getting it. This person is doing spell work to get what they want. All right, yeah, commitment. Yes, luck is on your side, though. All right, somebody is divorcing somebody and coming towards you, date night. Somebody's coming back your way, vacation. All right, moving on. Cycles is ending. Patience. Pregnancy is here. All right, so somebody could be finding out that they are pregnant. Hold on, let me see what that was. Oh, Miss Jones, okay, I got you. Oh, I didn't even see you there. Hey, love. I got you in just a second. All right, somebody, yeah, you could have found out that somebody was a liar, all right, because you're following your intuition, all right? It's like you not believing nobody. Like, your intuition been on point. You've been like, damn, ain't no way in the fuck I can't believe myself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're not going to want to, but spirit got you, like, wide open to where, yeah, you can see shit, all right? You can hear more. I told you was going to start hearing more, all right? Let's see, communication. Yeah, communication. All right, it could scare you a little bit, you know, but trust me, you'll get used to it. All right, it's something that you're manifesting, some sort of getaway. It's getting ready to happen for you. Let's see, let me use my other cards. All right, I got one more after this. All right, I got space for one more person after that. After that, I am gone. All right, so first come, first serve. All right, hope is here. Justice. It's something about your faith. All right, something about your faith, and you being one with self. Something keeps interfering with the volume. Well, I'm recording it over here. See, and you know what? One thing about TikTok would be acting crazy when it be a good ass message, the shit be fucking up, and that's why I be recording it over here on YouTube. I got all of it on YouTube. You ain't got to worry about it. As soon as I finish, I'll send it to you. And that's why I be doing it that way. All right. Somebody don't want you to hear something, but you gonna hear this, ma'am. Somebody don't want you to hear something, but it's meant for you to hear. All right. Regardless, you're gonna get the information regardless. All right. It's like somebody wants to block you from something. Somebody don't want you to be able to know about something, but it's like you're gonna get the information anyways because it was meant for you to. Prosperity here. All right, being ordinary. All right, you treat yourself as that, but you're not. All right, creation is here. All right, you have the power to create, and you are getting ready to. Yeah, I feel like you're getting ready to see the harvest of what you've already created when it comes to your patience, resourcefulness, and fruitfulness. All right, alchemical force. All right, it's you co-creating with spirit. All right, your faith, your wisdom, I'm talking about creating out of nothing, and you're gonna see, you're gonna be like, damn, what the fuck? Things just gonna start happening towards you, but it's gonna be for the good. You're gonna feel like you're being punked somewhere. All right, order and peace, and this is the type of life that you were meant to live, but you couldn't live it with chaotic energy around you. It's like you really see how the energy of other people really be fucking you up. All right. Understanding is here. All right, yeah, you got an understanding of how this shit works. So it's like you don't sweat shit. All right, because like you understand everything is happens for a reason. God ain't gonna never have you without. All right, yeah, faith and wisdom. It's what you know. All right, and you holding on to faith. All right, because you know God comes through all the time. All the time. All right, alchemical forces. Yeah, justice. God always come through and make shit right. All right, passion, spirit just wants you to keep moving forward, keep believing in yourself, and keep doing the things that make you happy in your life. All right, they're gonna start making themselves more visible. When you start to see animals, look it up. Look up the animal, and put spirit animal. And then see what time it is. Because a lot of times that message goes hand in hand. Alright? And then after you do that, okay, so if you see a spirit, if you see an animal, like say you see a dragonfly, just so happen to go past you, you're like, ooh, a dragonfly. You know what I'm saying? Just look and see what time it is. And then, dragonflies, it talks about magic, so that can mean a lot of shit. Somebody could be trying to place magic on you, or spirit wants you to know how magical you truly are. All right, you can use it in either way, depending on what the fuck going on in the situation or what's going on in that day. All right, and then you see what time it is, and that message usually goes along with that spirit animal, and you're gonna find out how tapped in you is. You're gonna be like, oh shit. Then you're gonna see shit on TV that is gonna have everything to do with what you know what I'm saying, learned earlier on an angel number and a spirit animal. I'm telling you. Write that shit down. It'd be a whole message. It'd be a whole fucking message. That was just like me with the elevator shit. When I was talking about how everywhere I went, the elevator was closed, but I was able to use the stairs because I ain't have no baggage, and some people can't elevate because they can't go to the next level because they got so much fucking baggage. You know what I'm saying? They got to get rid of some shit to lighten the load because ain't nobody finna drag a bunch of luggage up steps. So it's like everybody can't go. Everybody's not ready because some people still got baggage. Some people got luggage. Everybody can't motherfucking go. 1911. All right, 9/11, the significant master manifester. I'm trying to tell you, girl, when I seen that shit, I was like, why the fuck everywhere I'm going, the elevator is down, but I can go up the steps? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, okay, I ain't old. I can go up the steps. I'm like, damn, everywhere I go, the elevator is down. And I'm like, okay, message, spirit. Some people ain't just gonna go with you, and that's gonna be, ooh, it's sad disappointment. That's gonna be the disappointment before you really get something that really belongs to you, and you're able to maintain it, because you're gonna finally understand why these people are going with you. Not just that they are going with you, but spirit is revealing these dirty motherfuckers. Because these motherfuckers is dirty, and these is your own people. So Spirit be like, no, I will not let you help them off of a title. I need you to know who they are soul wise. And you are finding that majority of the people that you grew up with, they are demons. And you are saying that you were surrounded by demons your entire life, but yeah, you came out unscathed. Alright, you still looking good, you still persevering, and you still moving forward, and you still loving yourself. Everybody can't say, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Yeah, these people ain't gonna change. Them people are not gonna change. And this is why Spirit wanted you to see the darkness within them. Everybody is not willing. Alright, you would think certain people be willing, and you'd be like, damn, most of these older people really don't give a fuck. You're starting to find that people don't even really give a fuck about God for real. They just out here living for real. Going to church was just something to fucking do. And that's what you're learning now too. These people not living. They're not living nothing of what they were taught. I just found my lighter, and I was looking for my fucking lighter, and I just found the lighter. So I'm hearing somebody is just finding something that's right in front of your face. Literally, I've been looking for this lighter for 2 days. All right, you're something that you've been looking for is right in front of your face. 2 days is significant. All right, you could be receiving some sort of communication or some sort of clue when it comes to. Is it still buffering? All right, you could be finding out something when it comes to something that belongs to you. Somebody is shedding light on something. All right. It's a lot of tools around being in the right place at the right time. Okay, no, I was talking over here on YouTube because it was buffering earlier. All right, the damn Wi-Fi had went out and I had on non-autocorrect. All right, so that is your read. All right, let's see. Miss Jones, I'm going to go ahead and do your read, okay? All right, and Vicky, I'm going to send this to you. All right, your read stops at 23, but I'm going to send it to you. Oh. All right, creation. I feel like you're creating something, or you could have created some sort of safe space, because I see devastation is right here. Right, somebody could be going through something. Perseverance. Somebody's spirit is saying push through. All right, so if you're going through something, spirit is saying please push through. All right, alchemical forces. All right, spirit is working on something in your behalf. All right, resentment is here. Oh, who mad? Somebody is disappointed. All right, perseverance. Somebody don't like the fact that you keep going. Somebody don't like the fact that you keep going. Protection. Somebody don't like the fact that you're protected. All right, death and rebirth. All right, it's the fact that you can put shit together. Yeah, death and rebirth. Somebody don't understand how the hell you keep coming back for life. All right, enlightening. All right, somebody is. I don't want to say somebody's studying you, but somebody's trying to figure out how to fuck. So let me see if these cards. Oh no, they're too big. That would have been a perfect mix. Something about being ordinary. I heard you're not ordinary. All right, renewal. All right, Miss Jones, can you hear me? I want to make sure you hear your read. All right, renewal is here. I heard a celebration. You getting ready to celebrate renewal? Let's see, hold on. I'm just making sure. I'll send it to you anyway. I can email it to you. All right. Okay, renewal and skill. Something about what you do. All right. Something about what you do. God is getting ready to bless you on something that you do. This could be a hobby, transformation. All right, a union of power. Something's coming together. You coming together with somebody. Meditation. Somebody's prayed about this. Transformation. Something's getting ready to change for you. There, and then change comes out. All right, something's getting ready to change for you. Let's see, Spirit. What's getting ready to change? Coming from out of hermit mode. All right, you're getting ready to receive some money. All right, truth and fairness. Somebody is getting ready to give you something for being your ordinary self is what I'm hearing. All right, being you. Meditation, understanding. Somebody's very fucking resentful because you're receiving a blessing. They'll be alright. They will be alright. Let me use some of my new cards on you. Where is let's see. What's going on, y'all? I got some new cards just to let y'all know. Alright, let's see. And I'm using those for you now. Alright, somebody hates your confidence. Oh well, that'd be alright. Alright, you're almost to where you can rest. Alright, so you may feel like you can't rest or you're not getting enough sleep. Alright, you're getting ready to be able to do so. Alright, church in Florida is significant. But you're getting ready to come out. Alright, so it says start packing. Alright, you could be getting ready to move. Alright, yeah, you're getting ready to leave and go somewhere. Alright, and this is now energy. You could be getting ready to just go somewhere out of the blue. Or have to go somewhere out of the blue. Somebody hates your confidence, alright? A practitioner is passing away for doing spell work on you. Alright, and this is why you're gonna be having times where you can rest. Alright, you can't, it's something about you going somewhere, reconnecting with someone, and then leaving. I don't know if you're finding out some information. Alright, let's see. Alright, so somebody knows it's over for them, alright, and they know that they're next. Alright, somebody is learning the truth while you are getting your money, alright? So somebody is learning the truth about a situation while you are getting ready to receive something. Alright, so it's giving you did the work. Somebody was disloyal to God. Alright, somebody is tapped all the way in with their ancestors. And somebody don't like it. Somebody don't like the fact that you are. Somebody don't like the fact that you are protected. Alright, they don't like that. Somebody coughing up blood. That shit keep coming out. This is somebody who has cancer. And then I seen the card and said cancer coming back. Somebody cancer coming back. A man. This is a man. Cancer coming back. Spirit talking loud and clear. Your life is getting ready to be a vacay. I feel like whoever this is that's passing away, this person owe you. Alright, they are thinking of ways to make something up to you in regret. Alright, because you got manifestations coming in tomorrow. Or you could be seeing some signs of something tomorrow. Alright, you are too accurate and this is why people are getting mad. Alright, something about you being easy to find. Somebody said they couldn't locate you. Alright, fast communication. You got fast communication coming in. Alright, then you got parents getting karma. Alright, so somebody's parents could be getting karma. All right, there is a big reward you're getting ready to receive. All right, there's a doctor that got caught lying on paperwork. All right, to stop you from getting something. Somebody could have lied about your mental state. All right, they see that everyone lied about you. All right, they see they lied about you to everyone. They lied about everything. Somebody lied about just damn near everything. All right, leaving their behind in the past. All right, you're getting ready to receive some unknown money. All right, that's gonna help you make some sort of move. Authorities need no proof. Authorities don't need any proof of what's getting ready to happen. All right, for what's getting ready to happen. Spirit don't want you to sign shit that your family brings towards you. All right, take it to a lawyer to read it over. Your family has been caught. All right, they want you to sign some shit. This masculine is in sorrow. Person could be in the hospital. This is your father who paid for spell work. All right, so your father could have paid for spell work or somebody daddy. All right, you help the authorities solve something. All right, so something about a parental. All right, somebody just made it in time. This shit getting crazy. All right, this something about this week. All right, Spirit say get ready. All right, old supporters are jealous. All right, so you got a lot of people that's jealous for no fucking reason. All right, nothing can save these people. These people who was talking shit behind your back. All right, then I got mother dying here. All right, you have stepped completely into your power. All right, they don't like that shit. They don't like it. All right, unexpected donation is here. You said these readings are very accurate. Whenever you do a reading, it always comes true. The masculine is the X. Oh no, I done had a motherfucker call me a fraud, child. I said a fraud. You $1,000 in, but I'm a fraud now. The fuck you talking about? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate people like you who are honest and just pure-hearted. Karmics come get readings and get mad because I found out they a damn karmic. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have to be your comment. I appreciate you. Do it right. Yes, I did. All right, you got heavy communication coming in. All right, you could be taking a flight somewhere. All right, somebody's coming back towards you permanently. All right, or I feel like something's coming back towards you permanently. Your peace is what I'm hearing. Exactly. But look, you know how they get mad because they don't have full access, and now you don't know what the fuck you're talking about because you just seen something karmic in their ass and you had to tell them. All right, somebody's determined to give you something back. All right, make it up with you. All right, somebody wants to make up with you. All right, you have to fly to this home. There's no public access here. All right, somebody knows that you're special. All right, somebody don't want to lose you. All right, somebody is watching you and studying you. Somebody trying to figure out what the hell you doing. All right, somebody trying to figure out what the hell you doing. You got a group of women watching you as well. Everybody just fucking watching with their nosy ass. A lot of people being nosy at this time. All right, you're getting your dream job. All right, so something about your career is changing. If your dream job is being at home, being a stay-at-home mom, or being a stay-at-home, whatever the fuck. All right, in peace, baby. That's your dream job. Okay. Spirit is getting ready to grant it because apparently you don't have the funds to be able to live like that. Trying to see what the fuck you know. What you know. All right, somebody getting ready to give you a gift, trying to win you over. All right, it's a no. Okay, again, be careful if you're signing anything. Yeah, something. Your dream job, whatever it is that you dreamed that you wanted to do. All right, somebody coughing up blood. There's a lot of people coughing up blood at this time. Alright, mountains is here. Alright, you could be going somewhere around some mountains. It's a man coughing up blood. It keeps saying it's a man. It's never saying that it's a woman. Alright, let's see. Alright, you getting ready to go shopping. You getting ready to go shopping. Exactly. I just see like time's gonna get real good for you. Leaving town quickly. Alright, you could be leaving quickly, alright, because of a job. Alright. I heard more money. Somebody's doing everything to get back in your good graces. Alright, these are people from your past. Because they know once you're gone, baby, that's it. Alright, somebody try to trick you out your money. Alright, this person has cancer. Whoever tried to take this money from you. Alright, feds are calling you. Confirmation. Alright, anybody is winning a on the spot read, please let me know. I got room for one more. Alright, I got room for one more. Alright, moving away. You and somebody are moving away together. Or you could just be moving away you yourself to your damn peace. Alright, let's see. Let me use some of these cards. Alright. It says something about mountains. Something about mountains. But it's like, these sounds like at an icy top. So it's like not on the East Coast type shit. Alright. Icy tops. That's more like what, up north type? Northern. Somebody's wanting to take you on a big vacation. This could be it. Alright. Somebody knows that you're protected by darkness. Italy could be significant. And see, when I picture that, what I keep seeing, the mountains and the Chris River running on the side. Alright. And not just the Chris. Go give me some ice now. Not the just the Chris River, like the air is crisp. I'm thinking somewhere like Italy, you know, green pastures and shit like that. That's what the fuck I see. You know what I'm saying? Having all that property, all that land, having animals, you know, you inside, eating good, baking. It's giving me Italy. You know what I'm saying? It's giving me, like, when you think about them houses in Italy on that green pasture, and it's like houses everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's like real pretty. Like, that's peace. To me, that's peace. I don't mind staying in another country. I don't fuck with nobody else. There's no family. I ain't got to go to no family function. If somebody die, I'm not going. There's no family reunion. I don't give a fuck who's graduating and what's being born. You understand? Because all my concerns are with me. So it's like, when you move like that, Spirit got more room to bless you in. New money is on the way. Alright, they see how spiritually ranked that you are. Alright, somebody, a baby father warrant. Somebody filed false paperwork. Somebody could have filed paperwork on a baby father. Alright, poison, date night out. Somebody could have been involved in something. Alright, car accident. Alright, finally moving. There's a baby father getting in a car accident. Alright, knows that he fucked up, heart attack. I don't know, a baby father could be going through some shit. I don't know. Somebody's pulling up in a whole new energy. Alright. Somebody was trying to get in the way of a situation. Alright, paid off. Siblings partner. Somebody paid somebody off, a siblings partner. Filed paperwork, false paperwork. Somebody paid somebody off to do something. Alright, so that they can steal something. Somebody paid somebody. Alright, overnight miracles. More money coming in. Italy is significant. Alright, last step. Somebody coach somebody to do something. Alright, somebody sweeping you off your feet. Alright, there's hidden money here. Somebody paid a practitioner. Alright, but you're heavily protected. What's getting ready to happen is predestined. Alright, these motherfuckers had you all wrong with their slow asses. Alright, God is getting ready to show people your next move. Oh no, God is getting ready to show you your next move, and motherfuckers gonna watch. All right, Aruba is here. Somebody could be going to Aruba. All right. The courts know they fucked up. They gotta sponsor your life. I'm hearing lawsuit. All right. You're getting that farm. You're getting everything you want because of this damn lawsuit. Bitches paying for your life. Because motherfuckers are doing all types of shit, using you as experiments and all type of shit. And you know, most people live their whole life and don't know shit. And you know everything. The feds is here. They need to bring their ass the fuck forward and stop playing. Alright, Christmas is coming early because they have to hurry up. They gotta give you shit. You're starting to get a little agitated. Alright, and they know what happens when you start to get a little agitated. Shit starts to happen out of your fucking control because your ancestors start tearing shit up. Alright, store owner is here. Alright, you definitely could own something. Mercedes is here. You're finna come into ownership of something and a lot of money. Alright, a great aunt is here. Slowing down because you're getting ready to leave a lost increment. The government is paying for something. Alright, legal matters is here. You're finna get some sort of information about your money. Alright, you're finna see how much magic you're made out of. Alright. You said, hell, you know everything. Alright, IHOP and Wawa's is significant. Alright, so I don't know, DoorDash could be significant. Delivery service. Alright, something is getting ready to grow. Courthouse is here. You got a message coming in. Alright, justice. Because somebody went to a practitioner, a baby father is significant. Somebody thought they was going to get away with something, and they're fucking not. Alright, somebody paid somebody to do something to you. Alright, getting married is here. Somebody was trying to fuck up your love life. Alright, they didn't want you to be this elevated person that you are. Alright, fake supporters are all around you. Alright, don't tell nobody shit at this time. Take control. Alright, these people are super mad again. Predestined. Alright, you're leaving the East Coast, so you're getting ready to make a drastic change. And that is your read. Ooh. When I do, I will. Please do. Please do. It'd be a personal testimony between me and you. I can't fucking wait. And this shit happening like things are happening quickly. They doing a lot of moon. Yeah, they doing a lot of moon because that that has everything to do with your creativity too. You being able to create. It ain't just you being able to have a child. But let me tell you something. God gonna take their ass out. Cause you doing too much. You are very welcome, my love. Splurge. You finna get ready to spend some money. That's why they super mad. Alright, I always enjoy doing a read for you. Alright, is anybody else wanting a read before I go? Alright, don't read. Alright, whatever you want to sit in. Alright, get you a read if you are interested before I go. Alright, one more person. One more person. I got room for one more person. Oh, thank you, love. Alright, y'all. Things are slowing down because you're getting ready to go somewhere. Alright. One last read before I go. Go these mics up for me. In a cup. Yeah, in a small cup. Alright, I'm going to end this reading over here on YouTube. I will see you guys later. If you're wanting a read, please inbox me. Alright, I'm sorry, email me. Alright, Mermaid Ariel, ARIEL 1983 at gmail.com. Mermaid Ariel 1983 at gmail.com. Alright, or you can follow me on social media and send me a message there. Alright, if you have any questions about any of the promos, please inbox me. Alright, it's so many, I'll let you know. Alright, have a good one.